Okay, good morning, everyone. We'll call to the Capital Budget Oversight Committee to order. Go ahead. I thought I was chairing this.
No. The time being 10:15, I'll call to order the Capital Budget Overview Committee. For members of the committee, this is being live streamed, so when you speak, if you could press the button on the microphone and let it go out so that everybody who's watching can hear you. It's the only way they can hear you. First order of business is the acceptance of the minutes of our November 9th, 2021 meeting. What is the will of the committee? Senator Reagan moves to accept. Senator Hennessy seconds. Is there any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it, and the minutes are accepted. We have no old business. New business, RSA 12-A:29-B, Cannon Mountain Advisory Commission, CAP 22-001, Department of Natural and Cultural Resources, requests approval of the recommendation of the Cannon Mountain Advisory Commission to implement the Cannon Mountain Aerial Tramway and Ski Area Capital Improvement Project as outlined in the request dated January 8, 2022, to be funded in the amount of up to $400,000 by the Cannon Mountain Capital Improvement Fund. Is somebody here to explain the item?
Good morning. My name is Chris Marino. I'm the Chief of Administration for the Department of Natural and Cultural Resources.
And good morning. My name is John DeVivo. I'm the General Manager at Cannon Mountain Ski Area and Franconia Notch State Park.
Go ahead and explain the item for members of the committee.
Thank you. The item before you is the track rope relocation and bollards repair for the aerial tramway itself. The track cables are what the carriage assembly rolls on when transporting the two aerial tramway cars up and down. Every 12 years, by manufacturer code and through the New Hampshire Tramway Safety Board, we are required to move or relocate those track ropes so that the pressure is not always in the same place at the same time. We do have a plan and a desire to either do an overhaul on the aerial tramway or a replacement. That would be off in the future, 2023-24. And so the manufacturer and the State Tramway Board have recommended that we complete this project again as we are in that 12-year timeline.
Thank you. Questions from members of the committee? Senator Hennessy.
Thank you. I'll move it.
Senator Hennessy moves the item. Is there a second? Representative Bucco seconds the item. Further discussion on the item? Seeing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The item is approved. Chapter 228-11, Laws of 2017 Transfers. CAP 22-002, Department of Administrative Services, requests authorization to transfer $690,000 from completed Health and Human Services security upgrades, Chapter 2811B5, Capital Project to State-Owned Buildings, security upgrades, Chapter 2228:2B4, Capital Project, as specified in the request dated January 14th, 2022.
Good morning, Mr. Chair and members of the committee. My name is Karen Rantamaki. I'm the Director of Plant and Property with the Department of Administrative Services. The item you have before you requests to transfer some funding, $690,000, which is the balance remaining in the account, from one security upgrade project, which was designated specifically for the Health and Human Services building at 29 Hazen Drive, to another project which is available for security upgrades at other state-owned buildings in New Hampshire. The reason for this request is that the projects at Health and Human Services have been completed, and we're now looking to do an installation of central air conditioning on the lower level of the State House as a security measure. There was an incident several years ago where a window air conditioner was removed and someone was able to enter the building through a window. And we believe that installing the central AC will render the building more secure.
My basic question is, who authorized the installation of air conditioning in the State House at all? Is there anything from a capital budget, facilities committee, or is this the commissioner deciding that the State House needs air conditioning?
This is a project that was initiated through the Bureau of General Services, working with facilities over at the State House, Doug Delchino and Terry Paff.
But my basic question is there a formal approval of putting air conditioning into the State House by a legislative committee that oversees budget and dollars?
Not that I'm aware of.
At this point, I'm not sure what the committee wants to do. I personally have a problem with authorizing projects that have not been vetted through the legislative process in some fashion, whether it be a statutory committee or the capital budget. At least the facilities committee should have been involved with this. I'm not sure what the committee wants to do with this bill. I know what I would want to do with this item. I know what I would want to do. Senator Hennessy.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So I do recognize that there is a safety issue with this because once you put the air conditioning units in, the windows are not locked. And so somebody can easily get in from the outside. Would you prefer that this goes to another committee before coming to this committee for approval?
I would prefer that it at least go to the facilities committee for them to look at what it is, what the cost is, and where the money comes from, rather than just us going, oh, well, the commissioner has decided that we're going to start with the 690 and then try to find the rest of the money that's needed.
Mr. Chairman,
Senator Waters.
I think for that second question about whether this is sufficient for the project, we could ask about that. I personally think this is a good project to do, and I would support it. If it goes to facilities, fine, but I hope that that is an expeditious project. This committee has often transferred funds. It's the committee that does it, rather than waiting for the capital budget to come around in another year or so. And in light of the other upgrades that have been done to the State House, I think this is in line with what we're trying to do. I can think of a couple of first floor offices where there's security issues, and also in terms of the visitor center, there's issues of some valuable property there as well. So anyways, I hear what you're saying. I understand the importance of process here, but I do think we're a committee that's constituted to be able to approve such a request, and that's just my feeling about it.
And my response would be that, in my experience on this committee for the last decade plus, those transfers have been made to complete existing projects, not establish new projects just because there was money left over. But what is the will of the committee?
Okay, Mr. Chairman, the process. Sorry, okay. So should we maybe table this item and refer it to facilities? Is that, would you, maybe that would be an appropriate, in your opinion, if you can state it?
That would be my preference, is that at least have the legislative facility, the General Court Facilities Committee look at this and bring it back to us with what they intend to do, how they intend to fund it, because I know that facilities within the legislative system has some funds which may be enough to complete it or not. I'd just like to hear a lot more information about it. But again, I'm only one member of the committee, so it is up to the committee to decide. Senator Daniels, and then I'll get back to you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Is there a time sensitivity to this?
Senator Daniels?
And follow up to you, Mr. Chairman. Do you know how long it would take if we sent it to facilities before it would come back?
No, I'm not even sure at this point who the chair of the, it's probably the Speaker and the Senate President, but no, I don't have any idea. Representative Bucco.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, apparently there's a $1 million surplus from other security projects that's, what would happen to that money if we hold this up?
That money stays there because it was in the capital budget, and it stays there until the next capital budget is approved, so that they could come back anytime over the next year or so to say that they want to use it for security upgrades or other purposes, or even this same purpose. It doesn't just automatically disappear, but now that it's been highlighted, everybody knows that it's there for use in other projects.
Mr. Chairman, I move to table and refer this to facilities.
Thank you. Senator Daniels moves that we table this item until our next meeting and refer it to facilities for their input. Is there a second? Seeing none, it dies for lack of a second. What is the will of the committee?
I'll move the item.
Senator Hennessy moves the item 22-002. Is there a second? Senator Reagan seconds it. Is there any further discussion on CAP 22-002? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. Nay. Okay, let's go ahead. In my quick listening, it looked like it might have been a tie vote. I would ask the
So I will
Clerk.
ask each individual. I apologize. Okay, starting with Representative Bucco. Yes, all right. Senator Regan. All right. Senator Daniels. No. Senator Hennessy.
Yes.
Senator Waters. Yes. Okay. Representative Cloutier, the clerk, votes yes. Okay. Let me see anybody. I think that's okay, Mr. Chairman. I'm sorry. No. Okay. The result of your vote quickly. 1, 2, 5 yeses, 2 noes. The motion is.
with a majority vote, item CAP 22-002 is approved. That is our final action item for this meeting. There are a couple of informational items. CAP 21-024 from Administrative Services on quarterly capital budget report. And then from the Department of Environmental Services, status of the one-stop project. Are there any questions or comments on the informational items? Yes.
I notice a lot of them are roofing and boiler projects, and I'm wondering why they're on hold and what the status of them is going to be moving forward.
I'm happy to speak. It's not a report I normally speak on, but I am aware of the projects, at least the administrative services projects, not the other agency projects. We have a lot of projects ongoing right now. In addition to the capital projects that were approved for the current biennium, we have projects that weren't able to be completed during COVID, which are also capital projects. And then we have ARP funding that's come in, allowing us to do additional projects. So it's really just a matter of workload right now. We're trying to spread it out so we don't burn out the employees that we still do have, because we are also dealing with some staffing shortages as well.
Thank you.
Any further questions or comments? Seeing none, I would like to propose that our next meeting be March 28th, which is a Monday. It is after, at least on the House side, after our last reporting requirement for before crossover. Crossover is the Thursday after that, March 31st. Hopefully the Senate would be finished with their hearings and reporting by that Monday. We get it out of the way before we start getting inundated with the bills from the other body. So I would like to propose that we meet March 28th at 10:15 in the morning. Is there any objection to that for planning purposes? Seeing none, that's it. And I would adjourn this meeting of the Capital Budget Overview Committee. I appreciate everybody coming for a relatively short meeting, but if we wait and let things stack up, things do not get done. Thank you all for being here.